Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with yet another review, and it is on the product that I put in the description box and the thumbnail and the title of this here video that you clicked on. But in case you just clicked on it and didn't read any of that, today we're going to be reviewing one of the, I guess you would call it a line, but from Taraji P. Henson, and I reviewed the purple one. It's like 4 different ones that I saw on Target, and this is the, I guess this is like more of like the, is this the smoothing line? Girl, I don't know. I really didn't read into like what all the different ones were for. This is just the one that intrigued me the most, and it had 3 items in the line. Or did it have 4 and 1 was out? I can't remember. But I have 3 items here to review for you guys today. The first one is the Smooth Attitude, and it says it's amending and hydrating hair milk. It's supposed to smooth, shape, and style. And at the bottom it says it's for curly and coily hair. The next one is Tough Cookie, which says it's a style defining gel. And this one is supposed to slick, shape, and define. And lastly, we have Slick, which is an edge control treatment. And this is supposed to tame, silken, and hold. So without further ado, let's just get into the process and the review. So the first item that I used was the Smooth Attitude, and I use this as a leave-in, and the instructions say Smooth Attitude is a versatile milky creme formula that takes a sophisticated and sleek approach to flyaways and unruly hair. It's made for curly, coily, and mixed texture hair to provide touchable light hold while helping hydrate, prevent breakage, provide frizz-free shine, and it's perfect for twists, braids, and pulled back ponytails or puff. And it says to use, squeeze a small amounts of palm hand, apply to add smoothness to any style. So I use this as a leave-in, and I also use it as the styler. You'll see I actually did the split test. So on this side of my hair, I use just this alone. And the first thing that I noticed about this was it has really good slip. I was able to really get through my hair. I felt like any like tangles that I had were pretty much melted away. To be fair, I had already detangled my hair, but you know, sometimes when you're like styling your hair and you go through, you might catch like a little tangle or two here or there. So I felt like that was able to glide through smoothly. I did flat twist my hair, so I had 3 flat twists on this side and 3 on this side. And like I said, I just use this by itself on this one side, and we'll come back to that later. So I use this on both sides of my hair actually, but moving right along to the next product, I use the Tough Cookie, which is the style defining gel. And this one says, let's see, Tough Cookie never crumbles or flakes. This powerful gel molds and slicks hair into desired shapes, and stretchable, flexible hold and epic control can also be used to define coils and curls. And it says, depending on the style, use a nickel size amount or a handful anywhere in between, and layer on as needed to define texture or slick back styles. Can also be used for edges and baby hairs for extra hold. Use with a scarf or hair wrap to keep style in place. Now going back to me using the, what is this called? The Smooth Attitude. Like I said, I applied that all over my head, but on this side I just left it by itself and went ahead and flat twisted my hair. But when I got to this side of my hair, I then layered this Tough Cookie gel on top of it. And first thing I noticed was it had even more slip when combined with the gel. I felt like it was just, it reminds me of if you've ever paired Kinky Curly Not Today and Kinky Curly Curling Custard together. Like whenever they're together, like the slip is just like whoo, like you, like I wasn't ready for, you know, for the curls and the tangles to just, you know, be able to glide effortlessly away like that. Like that was just, you know, shit I wasn't prepared for. So that being said, I had that same experience. Hair was just whoo. And even with the shine and definition I felt like I initially got, it's just, I felt like a lot of good things were happening. You know what I'm saying? So I applied that, flat twisted my hair, and I finished my style by applying on both sides the Slick, which is an edge control treatment. And this one says Slick is here to tame and shape those edges with a smooth satin finish. Ingredients help to care for your hair throughout the day. This workable edge control creates the sleekest hairstyles, controls, what does it say? Oh, tapered. I don't know why. Anyway, controls tapered cuts and smooth. Sometimes I'll be reading stuff and I'll be thinking about like other stuff. Like I was fully reading this to you guys and I was thinking about a fruit bowl that I have downstairs. It's a long story. don't judge me. Anyways, like I was saying, tapered cuts and and smooth baby hairs that have a mind of their own. I cannot deal with myself sometimes. So it says to use, squeeze a small amount on your fingers and your applicator brush and lightly apply to edges, frizzy hair, or flyaways. Use to brush your fingers or a small comb to smooth through hair. Manipulate desired waves and shapes. This formula is buildable to use sparingly on clean, product-free hair. Now, that being said, my hair wasn't product-free because technically it might have had some like of the leave-in or gel on it, but I did use it on my edges, and that is the process that I did. So now let's just circle back to my thoughts on my thoughts on all of these. So primarily how I think this held up and performed. Initially I felt like my hair was like soaking in all the goodness, but later on, sorry, I get distracted by Dash easily, but I want to say like the next day I didn't feel like my hair wasn't dry or anything, but it didn't feel like super moisturized. So I feel like this would be a good product if your hair tends to get a bit oily from time to time, but you still want to have moisture and hydration. I feel like it would be good for that. But for me, someone who, especially when my hair is curly, I feel like my hair is obviously drier, I want something that's providing long-term moisture that I don't have to reapply, because I don't like to restyle my hair throughout the week. Like once I do my hair on Sunday, like that's one and done. Like whatever happens for the rest of the week, it happens. If we can get, 5 days of me wearing my hair down, that's cool. If it's going up in a bun on day 2, like it is what it is. I'm not restyling it, I'm just not doing it. So that being said, this wasn't necessarily for me, but I don't think it was a bad product. I just think this is something that I wouldn't reach for if I'm wanting to have a long-lasting style where I'm layering moisturizing products and then like a nice holding product on top of it in order to make my style last for that 5 days, which is what I'm normally looking for. But I am intrigued to know if you've tried this and what your thoughts are on it. I would give this personally like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Like I said, it wasn't a bad product at all, but I personally wouldn't repurchase it. It was just okay for me, but overall I still think it's solid, and I do feel like there's a market for people who are looking for this type of product. It just so happens I am not in aforementioned market or demographic that they spoke of, okay? I may be in the demographic, but not in the market. Whatever, neither here nor there. Alrighty, so going on to the Tough Cookie. This, I didn't like it because, sorry, I hate when I bounce around, but I also wanted to mention this said it had light hold. It has zero hold at all. I don't know who they're playing with. I put it on this side of my hair and I didn't add any holding product, and I was like, no. It's not even like that hot or humid here. It's been in like the mid 60s and there was no hold. There was no hold. This is not light hold. This is non-existent hold. Stop it. There was no hold. I digress. So on to this one. I did notice when I unraveled my hair from the flat twist the next morning, this did have a little bit more hold than the side that didn't have the gel, but I still wouldn't consider this to really have hold. Also, the gel, I want to say flaked on me, but it wasn't like big gel flakes. It was more like dust, if you will. Like it kind of like, if I don't know, like powder. You know what I'm talking about? Not like large gel flakes, but like I noticed the more that I manipulated my hair. So as I was taking my twist down, it was fine. But like when I went to like separate it, that's when I noticed the flakes happening. So I'm not really here for products that are made like in the same line that can't be used together. I'm not a fan of that. Now that being said, I did not try this on its own simply because I don't like using gels without some type of moisturizing product underneath it. That's just not realistic for me. That's why I used it in the way that I did. But yeah, like I said, it was just, it didn't have a lot of hold, and I noticed that it flaked. Now mind you, the flaking isn't major. I actually did see some people comment on my Sally's video, I think it was, that they got flakes, but it wasn't the type of flakes that a little bit of oil, can get rid of. If you have never seen my, I think like how to get rid of gel flakes video, I can link it down below so you know what I'm talking about. But it wasn't something that oil couldn't get rid of, but also I was just like, why are you here? I used you with a product that you're supposed to be friendly with. I thought y'all were cohesive. Why are you here, flakes? What are you doing? You weren't invited. Please leave. Security, you know? So there's that. And then this right here, the Slick, I actually used this, I forgot to mention it earlier, but in addition to using it on my edges, I actually did use it to seal my ends, and I did like it for that. But as far as to slick back, it didn't do much for me. This is one of those type of edge control products, in my opinion, where if you're slicking it back, you have to like wear a scarf on top of your head to have it molded in place, and then you can take it off. But after you take your scarf off, also try not to be near any humidity, or hopefully you don't get like a raindrop on your hair, because I feel like it's going to revert back. And even if you are in more arid climates, perhaps it's still going to only hold you down for like a few hours. You know, it's not an all day type of thing, like it's clocking out early type of vibe is what I was getting for this. So this is, I was probably the most underwhelmed with this, because it just, I don't feel like it really did much. Like I feel like my style would have looked exactly the same and my results would have been exactly the same, honestly, whether I use this or not. So this product did nothing for me. So I don't know. Yeah, so anyways, that is my review overall. Would I purchase the line again? No. I wasn't a fan of the gel really, and like I said, the only thing that I could see me using again, like I probably wouldn't use the gel again, except for the fact that I hate wasting product and I don't know where my receipt is from Target. But this I could see myself using again. I just wouldn't buy it again. I could see myself finding ways to use this, but I wouldn't necessarily buy it. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think if you've tried it, and let me know what you thought of you know, my review of it, if it was helpful or not. Hopefully it was. Yeah, so I think that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.